So here we have War 11, and I'm bringing Apocalypse, Torch, and Magneto. A really confusing path today, and so I had to be really creative with it. And a huge shout out goes to Water and Huss, who are my pod mates. And I take 3 fights with Human Torch, and they all have the pre-fight, so just ridiculous. And so the first one is this thing on 2. I didn't, essentially what it came down to was I didn't have a better option for Thing, and so I needed to use who was already on my team, and because of that, you know, I had to use the pre-fight on this fight, and therefore needed another pre-fight for another fight. And so I've used 2 pre-fights before, never 3. This is my first time doing that, so I mean, I guess I'm like the owner of pre-fights at this point, but no, this is a pretty standard fight. The only issue with this fight is that it burns my pre-fight, because this is just such a simple fight. Torch barely hits the opponent, so it's not like I have to worry about rock stacks. I just have to worry about it 1 time per fight, as you're seeing. Oh wow, that was not ideal. I did not remember that happened. Okay, we get a combo ender right here, and then we should just 5-hit combo and get a special. There we go. I wanted to hit him so bad there. It's not even funny. Get his heavy combo instead. Or just hit him regular and he's dead. That works too. Alright. Professor X, which is, without Professor X, I can't take nearly as many fights as I did today. So I'd have to have Cable. But thank you, Professor X. This is also the first time that I've ever seen Node 19 empty, which was a real downer because I wanted another fight to take. I don't know, why not throw a Hitmonkey on there, or a Nick Fury, or one of the other things that I usually face. But fair enough, given that it is an easy fight, so maybe that's a good reason. But this is a pretty standard fight as well. Just bait out the Falter. There we go. There we go. I just want to get to special 2 and knock him down before then. Probably knock him down here if I wanted to. Go to special 1. So I knock him down here, and I should just intercept with it. I can also parry and combo it, which is what I do. So he has the Falter up again. So I can beat this out. So I go in, and he doesn't trigger it because of concussion, which is so annoying. So when I parry him, and he doesn't trigger it again. So I just give up, and I just throw an extra hit into him. And it does trigger it, and so that costs a health potion because I'm just impatient and annoyed, but it is what it is. Like, the best move, no. A safe move, I mean, I wasn't going to die there. But it does cost me a potion, just because I was fed up. Which is an interesting reason to cost a potion. So here we go in versus Korg. We got a little sped up version of me boosting up. And as this fight goes, it's a really sloppy fight. Not fight-wise, but just, I don't know, knowledge, skill-wise. And I've done this before. Skill's not the word, strategy's probably closer. So he doesn't have Limber, which makes this a lot easier. So we're starting this off really strong with 3 clean parries and a bunch of lights. Here we go. The light, medium combos. And I don't want to throw the special here because he's gonna, you know, give me damage and mitigate all my damage. So my only fear now is going to special 3. So I realize right here that I'm gonna get to it. So I do a light, and I try to throw special 2, but I'm at special 3, just barely. And here's the folly in my ways. I should have just done that and backed off if I was at special 2 still. Look at how much I hit him that second time, and the rock stack was still technically up because it takes a small second, and I knew the second I threw it that I had done that, and I was really annoyed at myself. So the special 3 just did no damage, and that's obviously not the goal. So I go for a special 1 here for damage. No crits, because why would Apocalypse ever want to crit? I dropped a heavy here on purpose. That was on purpose. I knew I was going to take the rock damage, but I wanted to make sure to refresh it. I thought it was worth the risk, and it was. Definitely the right play there. So I just go for another special 1, I believe. Oh, okay. It probably should be in special 1, so I did. Not sure why I heavied fully instead of comboing into it. I just take it on the block here to be safe. And then I want to back off because of Mixmaster, obviously. Light. Take a combo because why wouldn't I want to? Again, here I decided to eat the damage. And because I decided to eat the damage, I kind of basically said, let me just finish this fight. And so in my mind, I forgot about Mixmaster. So that's another mistake there. Not that, no huge mistakes, but just a couple mental mistakes. Okay, so here we have Sasquatch. Thank you to Water for this pre-fight. And at this point, and here's a scary fight. I had just gotten back from watching, actually, Multiverse of Badness, and I really like that movie. And I heard that invulnerability boosts were broken. They weren't working. And so I threw on the plus 33%. And currently I'm deathless in the season. And so if I die to an invulnerability boost not working, I'm going to be shattered. So I'm scared as heck of this fight, even though on paper it's a really easy fight. I'm not trying to die to a bug. And so I for some reason forget that the Unstoppable is makes him stun immune because of the tactic, even if it's not the tactic Unstoppable. And I actually had thought of this earlier and just straight up forgot, so that's a little bit unfortunate. We're playing it a little bit risky with the Quake style decks on the corner, but it's working. I don't throw special 2 there, I probably should have. So we just get some more dexes with a couple blocks, because after a couple dexes your rhythm gets off if you don't time it perfectly at the beginning. So if you're dexing on the corner, full 5 combo dexes are very doable, but a little bit more risky, and I didn't want to go for it. Okay, so here we have a Mole Man fight. We got a taxi from Huss, just because I believe he was going somewhere, so he just wanted to burn his energy because he wasn't going to use it. We got a pretty standard Apocalypse fight versus Mole Man. If you've watched the other videos that I've put out, you've probably seen this fight, but if you haven't, here you go. Here, I don't hit intercepts. That was like the freest intercept ever. And I don't hit intercepts because I want to trigger it right before, and that's it. So here we go. We bait this out, and then we just want to hit a backdraft, heavy chain into special 2, and then the fight's almost over. So that's the goal here. I go for a backdraft. He does not like that at all, so bait out the tactic, which is unstoppable, so good thing I baited it out. Then I hit it just a straight up intercept, I think. Yep. Intercept into parry. Heavy special. There we go. I should be back up to another special 1. Special 1 might have... No, it might have. So I think I can just hit an intercept here, and then throw special 2. The tactic's up, and at this point I just decide, it's fine. I'll live, and I just throw it. As a proc, because of concussion and also just luck, and we're home free. Yeah, so here's the Ultron. Here's why I brought Magneto. I was also considering bringing CGR for this, which isn't a perfect fight, but I was going to CGR this and an Apocalypse later just because I was the best option there. But I ended up being able to get another Torch free fight, so I used Torch for Apocalypse. So here we have a Magneto fight. Pretty standard. I'm playing this very safe. I wanna just getting our repairs down, some heavy charges to go along with it, back off for the tactic, counter, pretty basic stuff here. We bait that out and just tap him for spacing. Another heavy, not a lot going on in this fight. Cancel the tactic as well, another heavy counter, and you can see there's a pattern here. Reparry or heavy counter into heavy. Watch the evade, and I do. Okay, I can fit another heavy here, so I do it. Tactics up, and now I want to push to special 3 with as many as I can. So that's the new goal. So I charge heavy. That's 1. I want to intercept before I do it. I don't have time here, so here we go. I want to charge again, and here I decide to push him to another bar of power, so I can get like a much greater window of intercepting with prowess. The tactic intercedes here as well. There we go. So I drop a little dash back here. He does not go for it. So I just intercept and heavy charge. Normally you would see me holding heavy just like in the air, but I did not want him to mighty charge it off. So I threw this, and it's more enough to kill. So, or more than enough to kill rather. And so there we go. Apocalypse versus Kitty. Pretty standard fight. Have I taken this fight before? I don't think I have. specifically on this node. I believe I've taken it on 37. So it's basically the same node. So here we go. Same plan as all the ebb and flow intercept paths. I don't want to intercept until I'm at 2 bars of power, just to make it a little bit easier and simpler in terms of how the timing works. So I bait out the special 1 here because I want her to be at a bar of power later. Not because I need it now. I want her to be able to get rid of her prowess by throwing it into block later. And so to do that, she needs to have her power low. So baiting out a special 1 will keep her always at a bar of power instead of, pushing to 2 and she'd have not enough power. So there we go. I can hit an intercept, which she doesn't like, so I hit a ricochet. To a heavy special 2. Boom, boom, boom. I believe we get a crit to end. Yes, we do. And here I can just throw it again if I want to. Which I do. First hit outside of the protection, the last hit's into the protection. Probably would have killed anyway, to be honest. And there we go. Pretty clean fight. Now we have... I was scared of this fight. I'm admittedly very practiced against Apocalypse. I have no idea why I was scared of this fight. I decided to boost and then heal. It doesn't really matter, actually, to be honest. And so we get the Flame On from Huss, so shout out to him as well. And we're off to the races. Generally, I do the Dex parry Dex on the special 1. Here, I don't do that because Torch is going to nuke him, but also because Smolder and just safety. So those 3 things combined, I don't need to have a lot of health for a long fight, because it's not going to be a long fight. I don't want to die, and so I'm playing it safe. And then lastly, it actually increases my damage. So we're not going for the parries here, we're just blocking. But you can see I'm kind of like blocking a tiny bit late, as though I'm going for a parry, and let's just like, I guess, have it. So here we go with the special 2. Not sure if I want to take this on the block, but I like to dex it. And we get it here. A little punish. That was going to be it's not. So here we push into another special 2, because it is not return policy. It is, whatever that note is, we're power efficiency. And so, he's gonna have a lot of bars of power. So here, I heavy charge up. Looking good. Heavy charge again. Probably should have just comboed there, but it is what it is. I believe here I just blocked the special 2, and there's a reason for it, because he doesn't throw it because he's just such a kind soul. And so I actually like to block the special 2 so I can stay above 10 temperature. Also, I'm at 90%, I'll be 14% left, but I block it so I can get a temperature. I think I go for a Dex at the end, too, because now I don't need the temperature. Doesn't matter, he dies before it. Okay, here we go. We have Apocalypse versus Sersi. I'm very proud of this fight in terms of the way I approached it. I think I approached it really well in terms of just playing smart and being intelligent about how I use her abilities. And so here we go, and we're going to do the combo medium, light, medium, followed by light, medium. Essentially, we're trying not to trigger the block penetration. It's not necessary, it's not going to kill me, it's not even going to come close, I wouldn't even get on 80%, but in my mind it's like, why would I trigger that if I don't have to? So, going up to special 2, she has no power, I have no power, there's no debuffs to keep up, I might as well play safe, and so that's what I do. Here I bait out a heavy. This is what I was talking about. I bait out the heavy so that I can throw my special 2 fully into glancing. I did not do that last time, so a good play on my part there. Probably a little bit of a simple play, but I'm happy with it. Here we bait it out so we can just drop a parry. Or I miss a parry and heavy power. You can do that too. You could say I don't have the power back boost on either. And it fits just into the window. So here I'm probably thinking special 1, medium, light, medium, or light, medium, accidentally just trigger the glancing on a regular hit. So we can just do some heavies here. It'll still refresh it, it just won't do anything. And here I'm probably just going to throw the special 1. Yeah, refresh, not even for the boot, just refresh it, special 1. She's basically dead. And so I finished this fight off. So yeah, pretty clean war for me, 9 fights. Thank you for watching.